Buddy, it's Eddie here, owner of Issaquah Sewing and Vacuum, and I want to welcome you to Sew Time October 2022. This is so exciting to have you here with us. You are our best customers. You are so important to us. So, I have a few announcements today, but I wanted to tell you that today is our first live presentation at 2 o'clock. We are going to have 16 lucky people here, and they're going to be watching Mo do the presentation from 2 until like 3 or 3:30. And we're very excited to have them here. Our goal as we go forward is to have more and more presentations that are live. So we always want to check our audio in our office, Carrie. So we want to make sure our audio is good, and we hope our video is good, because this presentation is going, I think, to be fantastic. In fact, I know it is. I have a few announcements. The first announcement I want to remind everybody about is on November 19th, we have another virtual event that costs you no money. You can sign up for it on our website just by going to our classes and events section. That is the Sew Steady Westerly event, and it's called Filling in the Blanks. So it's another quilting event. Again, it costs nothing. It's the 19th at 11 a.m. So go there, sign up, and really enjoy these virtual events. The next announcement I have for you is something I've been looking forward to announcing for some time. As you know, we have a tradition of doing an annual holiday party, and it's actually become it's gotten a reputation of having a real party. And that real party is for you, our Sew Time members. We're having it this year. The date is going to be Sunday, December 5th. In order to attend, you have to call the store and sign up. What time is it going to be at? It's going to be from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Where is it going to be? Because obviously it's not going to be inside. So we're moving outside. We have a massive wedding tent that all of you are going to be under, spaced appropriately, wearing masks. And we think it's going to be a lot of fun. So picture it, if you would, the left side of the parking lot, which if you're facing the building, it would be on the right side. All of that is going to be not only a big white tent, but there's going to be a stage and a runway. We're going to do this COVID safe. So the thing to remember about our holiday party is that as part of being a Sew Time member, you don't have to pay anything to come to the holiday party. It's provided to you, but you do have to call the store and sign up. And I encourage you to sign up soon, because we're going to limit it. So if you want to have a good time, this is the time to sign up. We're going to have, of course, the Sew Time party. We're going to have music. There's a rumor we might have live entertainment. We're going to have prizes. We're going to create a show and tell runway, where all of you that bring your show and tells are going to be able to walk the runway safely and show everybody what you've created. I think it's going to be fantastic. You're also going to be able to learn about what we're doing for Sew Time 2022 and sign up. And like I said, there'll be prizes and giveaways. All of the manufacturers, Brother, Baby Lock, Bernina, Janome, are giving away stuff. So this is going to be awesome. Remember, December 5th from 2 to 4 p.m., this is something as a Sew Time member you do not want to miss. Last announcement. The last announcement is going to be the Pam Mashi event. The Pam Mashi event is a surging event, and this is a very big deal to us. Pam has agreed to fly from Texas. As you know, she represents Bernina, and she's going to be using the L890. It is a phenomenal serger. This is your chance to sew with the L890 and the L860, and you're going to be creating a wonderful table runner. Now, this event is December 1st from 10 to 2 p.m., or you can choose December 1st, 5 to 9 p.m., or you can choose December 2nd, 10 to 2 p.m. It is a 4-hour class where you will create this table runner, and it's going to be awesome. It costs a total of $99. Now, I want to show you a picture of this table runner, and Mo has already brought it to you, and this is the table runner right here.
That's a picture of.
It's a picture of the table runner that you will be creating. For the $99, it includes all the instructions, use of the L890, as well as the kit fee is included. You will show up and have the most wonderful Christmas experience or holiday experience with a serger you've ever had. So don't let this opportunity go by. We can only take 8 students per class, and the first class is almost full. So without further ado, I'm now going to introduce Mo Pfister, and I want you to know that what she has to show you has really got me excited. So Mo, thank you for all your work on this.
Ta-da. Okay, so we have seen your comments that some of our video is a little bit blurry, and we're working on that. It looks like our close-up is pretty awesome, so that'll be really helpful. But folks, I'm so happy to be here with you today because we're going to talk about making memory quilts or t-shirt quilts, either way. But I'm going to give you some examples of t-shirt quilts, and then I'm going to bring in some tips on how you can be really successful in doing that. Behind me is a t-shirt quilt, and what you're going to see is this whole quilt was built on point. There's a reason why I had to choose to build that on point, and the reason being, I was always working in a 12-inch square, and when I started organizing all these t-shirts, I realized some of the designs were too wide to fit within a 12-inch square. Putting them on point gave me more space. Also on this quilt, I want to show you, I was building 9 patches because some of the t-shirts that came to me, the logos were very small. So I used them as centers of 9 patches. Okay, so I'm going to pull this quilt down because, boy, I have more to show you. Can you help me, Jonathan? Yeah. There we go. Let me pull this quilt down because I have several to show you. Turn it around for me. Also, I want to show you, if you have odd size t-shirts, don't be afraid to put them on the back, okay? You can put them on the back of your quilt, okay? All right, here we go. Now I have a few other t-shirts. When I pull this, when I pull that one away, now you're going to see this t-shirt here. This is a t-shirt that was quilt that I created for a niece of mine, and I'm going to get more specific about the type of things we're doing with that Okay, I think I'm back. We've been working with our internet and it is really a stormy day today. So there's quite a few things happening. But what I'd like to do is zero in on my platform here and give you an opportunity to see how I get ready for making a t-shirt quilt. So Eddie, if we can focus this camera back down to my tabletop here. Let's come down. Perfect. When I'm getting organized to do a t-shirt quilt, here's what I do. I get out a pile of t-shirts and I create an area I call 3 different piles. Yes, no, and maybe. We're going to audition t-shirts and give you an example of yes, no, and maybe. When I bring this first t-shirt forward, I see this little design right here on the t-shirt, and there's a large design on the back. And what I'm going to do is say, does that fit within my 12 by 12? So you know what, ladies, let's get a 12 by 12 ruler. I hope all of you have a nice square up ruler. Just place that over the top and say, does it fit within my area? And that will help me determine yes, no, or maybe. Now, for the sake of this presentation, I made this clear acetate 12 by 12 so that we could see through and see what I'm talking about. I have to be able to see, if I come in 1/4 of an inch, is that design still going to fit within my area? And that helps me decide, well, this might be a yes. So I'm going to throw it in the yes pile. All right. And just for me, boom, there we go. It goes in the yes pile. I might bring in a t-shirt like this one. Let's look at this one. This one has a long, skinny logo right here. Now, if I want that to be a square, there's a lot of dead space here. So my first thought is potentially no. The other thought is, wait a minute, this is only about 2.5 inches high. Maybe this portion of the logo is something I'm going to use in a border. Okay, so if I'm going to put that into a border, I'm going to put that back in my yes pile. I don't know if you can see this t-shirt. It makes me laugh because it actually says "Eat It, Moe's." So there's a cute little square that I could build in. If you're not creating a 9 patch, but you do have interesting little portions of a t-shirt you want to use, think about using them in the keystones, the corners of your quilt. Think about building them into the border. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, building interest in the border. But when you turn to the back, crazy t-shirt, right? This is enormous, and even though it's funny and makes me laugh, it's not going to work in my 12 by 12 because I'm going to have to cut off part of that design. So this t-shirt's going to go in the no pile. And if I come back to it and decide I want it on the back of the quilt, that's a different story. But there's my no. Here's another great t-shirt that I love. It's a Dr. Seuss t-shirt for teachers. Uh-oh, guess what? It's going to go in the no pile because there's no way I can move a 12-inch square around and find a way to get it to fit. And that's a good point. Potentially, you cannot use the entire design, but having a template or a ruler to use will allow you to determine what part of the design do I want to include. Templates are very helpful, and you don't have to go out and build them. Get yourself your 12 by 12 ruler or the squared up ruler that is going to fit the design you want to use. So I'm creating yes, no, and maybe t-shirts. When I take a t-shirt and I'm getting ready to prep it for a quilt, you can be using t-shirts. You could be using clothing. You can use all different types of things. It doesn't have to be a t-shirt quilt. Well, I have quite a few friends that have gone back and collected baby clothes that they thought were fun, and they've used baby clothes. But the key to taking something that maybe looks worn and beat up and used and bring it back to life is to put a fusible webbing behind it. When I say, a fusible woven, when I say fusible woven, I am talking about Shape Flex by Pellon, SF101, or I'm talking about OESD has a roll of fusible woven. This is a fabric that is fusible. You put it on, and what it's going to do is assist you from having any distortion. Because when we're working with t-shirts, they're knit, right? So they're knit and they have an opportunity to stretch and bend and get the design completely out of proportion. So we want to put a fusible woven on the t-shirt. And here's how we're going to do it. Let's come back to here. We are first going to take our shears. We all have a pair of really sharp Kai scissors, right? And if you don't, you should. We're going to cut the t-shirt up the side, all the way up the side, around the sleeve and through the collar. And you can do that all the way around the t-shirt, right? So you're left with just a cut up t-shirt like this, right? Here's the t-shirt. The next thing I want to tell you is you're going to apply the fusible woven to the back of the t-shirt. Now I've already prepped this one, but I'm going to tell you, when you put the fusible woven down, it is going to be wider than your 12 inches and longer than your 12 inches, so that when you do get your template out to cut, you're not going to worry about staying within a perfect parameter. My other tip, when you press the fusible woven on, I want you to press from the back first, and it would be nice to have a pressing cloth over the top. You never want to press directly on a design because many of them will gum up your iron. So applique pressing sheet, pressing cloth, press the back and the front. And now look what I have. I have a design that is not going to go anywhere. I am not going to distort this t-shirt when it comes time to using it in my quilt. Now, let me tell you the next thing. The next must-have in your kit of things is going to be, let me get this lined up, a rotating mat. If you've never owned a rotating mat, let me tell you this. Having one is a game changer. Because what it's going to let you do is put down your ruler, make a really nice cut. See, I'm going to do a really nice cut. And then I don't have to disturb my project. I can just rotate this mat because you really don't want to make mistakes in your cut. I can rotate this mat and now make that cut and end up with my perfect 12-inch block. And now you're ready to build a quilt. T-shirt quilts are traditionally very simple to put together. It's the prep work that you put in, the loving care you put in while you're getting organized. So a rotating mat is awesome. We have a rotating mat right here. Olfa makes a 17 by 17, and they also make a 12 by 12. So, wow, if you're doing pinwheels, if you're doing half square triangles, all the type of things that you're going to do where you're cutting multiple sides, squaring up your blocks, being able to rotate keeps you from making a bad cut. And none of us want to make a bad cut, right? So this is the work I go to prep for a t-shirt quilt. And then in the end, I'm left with a stack of blocks. When you ask yourself, I'm getting started, how many t-shirts do I need? Well, truly, you probably should get 25 to 30 different t-shirts, because when you audition them, you know some are going to land in the no pile, and some are going to land in the maybe pile, and some are going to land in the yes pile. So definitely it's an important thing to have a great collection of those t-shirts. And remember, there's no part of a t-shirt that is bad. If I bring, hopefully I can bring this up so you can see it. See in the interest in the border, can you see this? In the border of this quilt, I found a t-shirt from my niece, and it was really fun. There was a word in her t-shirt that says relentless transformation and for teamwork and truth. And I thought that was really awesome. So I built it into right into the border of this quilt. There is no design that is not that's not usable. Whether it goes on the back of a quilt, it goes on the front of a quilt, or it goes in the border of a quilt. It is all interesting. So have a lot of fun with that, but definitely put your fusible woven behind every piece of knit that you're going to be doing so that you brought it to that same quality as your quilter's cotton. And then your building your quilt is going to be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to clear off some of this mess I've made so that we can go on and talk about some more things. What I also want to talk to you about is finishing a quilt. So in finishing a quilt, due to what we've got going on with the camera, I'm going to bring them to you. So I'm going to need the placemats, Carrie, and I want to show that big medallion quilt. I have a book here, and this book is called The Ultimate Finishing Guide. What do I love about this book? What I love about this book is it is a collection of wonderful borders and that you can create. So in this book, for example, I'm going to just show you really quickly. There is patterns. I've just chosen one. And in this pattern, what's happened is I just grabbed 6 jelly roll strips. So let me tell you, this book and these borders are a stash buster. They truly are a stash buster. So I went and built this design that's in the book. And look what I did. I transferred it over to a placemat, something so simple. In this placemat, this is what I did with that fun border. How awesome is that? So easy to do. And any one of these type of treatments, you see sawtooth, you see stars, you see flying geese. Each one of these treatments are laid out in this book on how you can use them as a point of interest. Or if you want to do a quilt that is the nature they call a round robin, look at that. You could create a round robin that will allow you to use all these border treatments. Really, this book is a wonderful one to have in your stash because it's when you need an idea. It's not a book that's going to tell you how to build an entire quilt. It's going to build interest in your quilts. So the Ultimate Quilt Finishing Guide, must have in your stash. Must have. The next thing I want to talk about is when you are finishing some of those projects. I got to pull this forward. I'm going to show you another product that we brought in. These are called Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmers. I absolutely love these. I have not seen these in many locations. Matter of fact, I had to have Carrie bring them in special for us, but they are awesome. And what are they awesome for? They are going to trim up a block for you and cut off the dog ears. Okay, who doesn't love that? So I have sewn, I took a 5-inch square, and you know how we put the line and sew a 1/4 inch away from that line. We've all done it. We get a half square triangle, right? But let's say you want to trim that up to be a perfect half square triangle. These slotted rulers, this is what I'm going to tell you, is so awesome. You get 2. One is working with your 1/2 inch sizes, and one is working with your full inch. So this one will do anywhere from a 2 to a 6 inch half square triangle, and this one will go from 1.5 to 6.5. But this is how easy it is. There's a dotted line, and you just put that against your seam. So you've already gone out and done your seam. And the beauty of this, it does not matter how large you made that initial half square triangle. You can cut it down to any size. So I'm going to come in with my rotary blade and cutter. And that's another thing. I hope you have a new blade. And look at this. I can just spin my mat so I don't have to worry about my positioning. And then the fun thing is, right, there's a slot at the end. I cut, and at this end, I'm just got a slot to cut. And you know what? I have a perfect half square triangle, and my dog ears are cut off. This is a game changer because when you put your blocks together, they are going to be perfect. This has been measured up and squared up, outstanding, clearly perfect slotted trimmers. Everyone should have this in their arsenal. And we have them here in the store. So you want one. I know you do. Let's go on to where we are going next. Again, when I was talking about the Ultimate Border Book, that's where I'm also talking about Jordan's quilt back here. Because you see, I put 1-inch squares in between everything. This is where you can add interest to these quilts. And see, you just make decisions as you go. Do I want interest? What do I want to add? That is what I have to say about t-shirt quilts. I did have, well, we don't have, can't show this one. Okay, we'll look at all those pins. I wish I'd carry. Okay, so there is, I'm going to have Eddie give you, we're going to show you one more quilt. When I was prepping for this, I said to Eddie, hey, Eddie, let me make you a t-shirt quilt. I don't think he took me seriously.
This is awesome.
But I did. I collected t-shirts of Eddie's, and I went through this whole process. And I want to show you this one because when you're choosing a design for a quilt, this is my tip. Any quilt pattern that has a large block in it can be a potential t-shirt quilt. Whether you have 8-inch blocks, 12-inch blocks, if you can see this quilt, this has an effect of a shadow box because this strip is a little bit darker and then this one's a little bit lighter, so it gives you that shadow box effect. But any design you find out there that has a large square, you can insert a t-shirt. It doesn't have to be the collage, or it doesn't have to be painful. When I was looking at doing this for Eddie, even in here, there's a pocket from one of his t-shirts. I left the pocket right in there. I quilted over it and it was great. You might ask, Mo, how did you finish that quilt? Well, I used edge-to-edge quilting by her name is, it's Emily Scott Designs. I used edge-to-edge quilting in my embroidery frame, and it worked out fabulous. And this quilt, even all the way down to the point of saying, see in my border, can you see it? It says Grandpa, established in 2017, because that's when our Ruby was born. How awesome is that? Okay, so this is the quilt we did for Eddie. Now, you know what else I promised you? I promised you gift ideas. And I really do have a lot of gift ideas. So we're going to transition, clean off my table. And let me tell you about gift ideas. One thing that I'm just going to bring over. Shabby Fabrics has created a jelly roll rug. That jelly roll rug can be made with the batting that you get from Bozola. They're pre-cut 2.5-inch strips and a jelly roll. How fun is that? This is the jelly roll rug that I created using a holiday jelly roll. So a lot of fun to put together. It was a project I just did in one day, and I'm really proud of it. I think I'm going to make another one. I just have to find that perfect jelly roll, and I'll move on from there. But that's one holiday idea. The next one is this book. Carrie brought this book in, and when I saw it, I immediately said, oh my gosh, I got to play with this. Her collection of fabrics are really cute, but the things that you can do are so much fun. My first inspiration was making a rug, because there is a braided rug pattern in this book, and that is really a ton of fun. But when it came down to it, what did I actually make? I made a table runner. So I'm going to show you the table runner. This table runner is in the book. How cute is this? This table runner is so easy to make. I got to tell you, it is so easy. And what did I do to finish this table runner? I quilted it myself. All of you that own the Destiny, the Altair, the Luminaire, the Solaris, let me tell you, I went into this area of the block just the color areas of all the presents and used our fill stitches. Okay, if anybody wants to know how fabulous that is and easy to do, come see us because we can show you. In the ribbons, I used the walking foot and did some straight line quilting. Fabulous. But the new thing that's on the market that is really a game changer is called the clear blue tiles. Kimberbell has come out with clear blue tiles that is going to assist you in lining up patterns absolutely perfect so you can quilt in the hoop. And you might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, I own um, the Luminaire. I own the Solaris. I don't need that. I've got a camera. Well, there are registration marks in these tiles that allow you to connect multiple sizes. I might be building a quilt and need a 2.5-inch square in one area and a 4-inch square in another, and it allows you to blend them seamlessly. This is really awesome, and I believe Kimberbell is going to continue to grow their quilting in a hoop. So where did I use it? I used it along the sashing. All the sashing is a very narrow 1.5-inch design that is built in the clear blue tiles. So this is a game changer also. And I think it is the wave of our future. Let's build these quilts in the hoop. Okay. The next thing I have on my list, let me also show, well, I'll let you pull that down and I'll bring these. So many things. Okay, this is just too cute. You guys are just gonna think this is so cute. Look at these adorable designs. This one says morning sunshine and it has an elephant and its little baby. And this one has little tiger. These are called the Baby Safari by OESD. OESD is running a program right now that if you spend $79.99, you get a design pack for free. So I'm going to show you some interesting ideas and things you might consider that we are currently carrying from OESD. Baby Safari is one of them. Also in our store, we have onesies, and the onesies are open on one side so you can easily hoop them. And then in the end, whoop, you just sew up a seam and you're done and ready to go. And I know you all would say, can I have one of those, Mo? But no, these are already spoken for. We got so many babies getting born in our family, it's crazy. Spoken for. If I go to the next thing, we have Jim Shore collection. It's called Nordic Noel. So in this instance, I have the snowman done on a tea towel. And I have the Santa that is presented on a towel. I hope you can see that clearly because it's so beautiful. What do I love about this actual pillow? Look at this. Voila. This opens in the back. The pillow comes out so I can easily hoop for Santa or the snowman or the nutcracker. There are so many fun designs on Nordic Noel from OESD. The next one I want to show, there is a holiday wreath. It's called the freestanding holiday wreath, and you do build it like freestanding lace. So let me show you. There are here some snowflakes on this wreath, and they are freestanding. You build them separate and stitch them on later. And then you build this beautiful wreath, which is all done in red. But if you match the thread on the back, look, I get a twofer. I get a twofer. So this is really an awesome pattern. It is called Freestanding Holiday Wreath by OESD, and it was a lot of fun to put together. And what did I do for the outside stitching, you might ask? I used the exquisite thread by Dime, that wonderful metallic thread that doesn't destroy our machines. It's wonderful. We've got it in stock. Next, I want to talk about a class Carrie and I are doing, and it's as early as this coming Monday night. But if you sign up for the class for $25, you get the design and the pattern. Okay, I'm going to show you what we're going to be building. It is going to be a two-handed oven mitt. See, isn't that cute? This is done from OESD's Punny Kitchen, so it's all kinds of funny puns for the kitchen. So this oven mitt says, can't touch this. How funny is that? It is built in a 5x7 hoop, and then you get the pattern to complete this design. If you choose, you're just going to get this one design and the pattern to make this. If you choose to buy OES designs called the Punny Kitchen Collection, they have many other designs that are fun. I made another one of these table runners. I mean, not table runners, but it could makeshift as a little table runner. These are so fun. I just laugh so hard. This one says, live and let fry. This one says, hey, simmer down. Isn't that funny? I have this one here, and it says, give peas a chance. How funny is that? I think that's a twofer. Either it's about world peace or it's working with that 6-month-old on their first bite of food. Come on, kitty, just give peas a chance. Here's how it goes. Funny. And then this is how we stew it. So a lot of fun. You can make tea towels. You can make pot holders. There's so many choices and things that you can do. The last thing I have to show is going to be this is really a lot of fun. Hemline has put together an advent calendar. So when I open this up, it is loaded with 24 little boxes that all have sewing notions. Maybe it's a spool of thread, maybe it's a seam ripper, but even if you have someone who's just learning how to sew and needs to build up their collection, what a fun way to do that. This is put out by Hemline. Their MSRP, I think, is what, $35? $35, but then you get your club 20% discount. Who wouldn't love this as a presentation for getting ready for the holidays, especially if we're building up to a new sewing machine or something fabulous like that. So these are in stock. This is really going to be a wonderful for the holidays. So I would like to thank you all for joining us here today. I would like to also remind you, newsletters are coming out. So if you see that Pam Massey announcement, please call and sign up right away. If you are wanting to come to our holiday party, please call us and sign up for that right away. And if you want to get in on Monday's class for the Punny Kitchen pot holder, you're going to have to call us. And that is via Zoom. It will be 6 p.m. on Monday nights. And is there any other? The Christmas party? I said that one. And also, if you want to learn more about some of these quilting in the hoop techniques that I have been bragging about, because boy, do I love doing it, come see us. We love to show you things, and hopefully we'll have classes set up to learn more of that in person. And I was just about to say goodbye, but oops, don't we always have a prize to give away? We do. So let me announce today's prize winners. First, we have this beautiful batik jelly roll. Love this. And the winner for this is Jenna Butler. Congratulations, Jenna. The next we have to give away, okay, I've talked about it today. You should have a good rotary cutter and you should have a fresh blade when you're going to start these big projects. This goes to Mary Brockman. Mary, congratulations. We have a charm pack, and the charm pack winner today is Catherine Sands. Congratulations, Catherine. Another rotary cutter is Deborah Collins. And we have one more. Charm pack goes to Sherry Partain. Congratulations to you all. And again, thanks for joining me today. And if you want to know any more information about what I've talked about, come into the store because we love to share all of this with you. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you at the holiday party. Take care. Bye-bye.